Hi, for this video, I kind of just wanted to talk at a camera for a little bit. I've wanted to make YouTube videos for a really long time. It's just something that I've never really gotten around to doing because I was worried about how I would be perceived online. And I'm realizing after posting a video and sending it to a ton of people and having it shown in front of a room of about maybe 20 to 30 people, it doesn't matter. I think a big problem with our world today is empathy is one big thing. And also we care about ourselves a lot more than other people care about us. Um and it just makes me think of that post um it makes me think about that question response post where someone asked, do you have any tips for insecure women? And the response was, I think you guys care about yourselves too much, or you think about yourselves too much. And that really resonates with me personally. I tried yesterday to film a vlog just outside shopping. I was spending the day with my dad, and I was in the store and I realized that I was whisper talking. I hadn't plugged my phone into my or plugged my microphone into my phone to record. And so I was just whisper talking the entire time and you could barely hear me. I haven't watched the videos back, but I know for a fact that the loudest thing in the video is probably the other people in the store and not myself, which is obviously not what you want. But as we were sitting down and eating and stuff, I was thinking back on all the stuff that I'd filmed and the things that I said, and I realized that I was just thinking about myself the entire time. I wasn't really thinking about anything else but how other people would think of me. And looking back on it, no one cares. You know, no one cares if you're filming a video inside of a store. What people really care about probably is, am I being caught on camera? Are my conversations being caught on camera? Do I look bad on camera? And so from filming that video, I kind of just realized that we really just care about ourselves too much. And that's not the kind of energy I want to bring into my life. At this point, we're about halfway through 2026, and I've done a lot to get to the point where I am in my life. And something I want to get rid of is to just stop caring about how other people think about me or how other people feel about me. Because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. There are very few people in my life whose opinions I actually really care about. I already tested their perception of me by sending my video to a ton of people. And it's arguably it's not a great video. It's not a great video, but it was incredibly well received by a ton of people. The audio was horrible because the microphones that I'd ordered were not coming in time, and it was a class assignment, and so I just needed to submit it and get it done. And the audio was also bad because I'd chosen a bad spot to place my phone down. So the audio was just kind of bad for no reason. Like, I did not have to be there, but I was. Anyways. But that was quite honestly the only comment that I'd gotten from anyone, was that the audio sucked. That was the only like relatively negative comment, and that's not even a comment about me or myself. Like everyone else, everyone who I showed the video to, including my mother, they thought it was fine. Like at worst, they thought it was a fine video. And it just kind of confirms again that you are your own biggest critic. Like the entire time I was editing the video, I hate editing myself. But I was just thinking like, oh, do I sound stupid? Do I look stupid? Do I look okay? What are people gonna think of this or that and whatever? No one cared. No one cared. At the end of the day, no one cares. Okay? Because you are not them, so they don't really care. The first person I sent it to was my mom, and my mom is kind of one of the very few people whose opinions I care about genuinely. She had nothing negative to say. She thought it was great. Um, and a big test to myself was putting it out there on the internet because it's a bunch of people who I don't know who can have so many things to say about me without actually knowing me. And it proves to me that their opinions don't really matter. And also, they also had nothing negative to say. No one had anything negative to say. And I think the people who would have anything negative to say, I don't care. I don't care. Because they don't know me. They don't know me. And they're not going to know me from a 3 minute and 30-second long video. They don't know me enough to make any actual real judgments about me. So why would I care? I think it's a difficult thing to not care about what other people think of you, especially as a woman in the modern world, because women are constantly put under so much scrutiny, and everybody seems to care so much about how a woman looks, how she acts, what she eats, what she does, everything, like down to her molecular level. But at the end of the day, I am not one of the people. I'm not one of the women who people actually care about, right? Like, I'm not a celebrity. I'm not an influencer. The things that I do exist purely for myself. If this video does exist on the internet, I posted it because I wanted to post it, right? And that's the same with the video, my first video. I posted it because I wanted to post it because I didn't care at that point. Because my professor had already told me, oh, this video is going to be presented to the class. So I was like, okay, well, great. That's the like number one group of people who I wouldn't want to see my video anyways. So I might as well just post it onto the giant void of the internet and see what happens. I think what I'm trying to get at here is you shouldn't care about what other people think of you as much as you probably do. It's it's a very difficult thing to get used to, not giving people this much power over you and your actions and stuff, because I used to be so worried about what people thought of me and how I acted and all those things. I was very uncomfortable with my own existence, and it got to the point that I was borderline agoraphobic. Um, in a lot of scenarios, I had extreme like social phobia. I didn't want to go outside or do anything, and I was very worried about being in the background of people's photos. They do not care. They did not care. Okay? But I was like 16, 17. I thought they cared. No one cares. And the point is, you shouldn't care either. Because the only person that people think about, like day to day on average, is themselves. They're like, and they're thinking about how other people are perceiving them. You don't need to worry about that. Because if everyone is worried about how other people are perceiving them, they're only thinking about themselves at the end of the day. I think I do have to reiterate, it's a difficult thing to learn to do, to not care about how you're perceived and what others think of you. Like, what I should have done is I should have just plugged in my microphone and recorded, like hooked it up to my shirt and recorded as I walked around the store. But I didn't do that because I was worried what people would think about a girl with a microphone on walking around a store and recording, which is so stupid. Like, I think about that now and I'm like, that's so stupid. Retroactively, I'm like, that's stupid. No one cares. But in the moment, I thought that they did or that they would. Like, why? I don't know. I think I'm just kind of at a point in my life where I realized I don't need to care. I don't need to care nearly as much as I do. But I think once you get rid of your biggest hater, which is yourself, people will start to see you how you want to be seen. And by the time they start doing that, you're not going to care how they see you, and you're going to just be like able to be freely yourself. And then a second thing is I don't know what I'm doing with this channel. I'm kind of just having fun, which I think is what social media is supposed to be. This is going to be like the only social media platform I'm posting on. I have an Instagram, I have a TikTok. Do I use them? No. Are they sitting on my iPad collecting dust actively at this very moment? Yes. I deleted them off my phone because I realized that it was just another way for me to think about other people and what they think of me. Consuming that much content just made me more anxious about how people thought of me. And already I've only been off of them for this section of time for like 3 days maybe. But like previously I've gone like 2 months without using TikTok or Instagram or anything or posting anything. And I already have begun to feel better about myself. And it's kind of insane what social media can do to your brain. There's a reason it's being studied so heavily. What I want to do here is just have fun and get to maybe know myself better. There's a bunch of different things that I would like to do that I think sound fun. And I've been bouncing ideas off of my friends recently. There's a lot of different things I want to do, mainly just vlog and talk, which is what I think a lot of people do. I have a lot of things I want to talk about, and that is mainly stuff to do with psychology because that's what I study. That is my passion. I love doing research. Um, I want to talk about just society and sociology and those sorts of things because I find those incredibly interesting. And that's part of what this video is, I suppose. And I think for my next talking video, I'll probably film it in my car. But yeah, basically, I said I've tried to like summarize the video a lot. Basically, no one cares about you more than you care about yourself, and you should just let them care about themselves and stop worrying what they think about you because that is genuinely like releasing a ball and chain from your leg. But it will feel but it will feel so much nicer to be able to release the weight of what you think people's expectations are. Because the reality of it is they probably don't have any expectations for you. And that might sound sad to some people, but to me that sounds incredibly freeing. Um because I've surpassed every expectation I've set for myself already in life, and I keep going. Thanks for the support on the mac and cheese video. I will never be making a video like that again. Probably. I think the closest thing I could possibly do to that would be like something baking related vaguely. I don't want to do food related anything. I took one class for food and that was it, and that's gonna be it. They tried to convince me to change my major. I'm not doing that. Thank you for being kind about the really horrible mac and cheese video I posted. And I did, in fact, get an A. And now that I've gotten an A, I never have to do a video like that again. And I will never do a video like that again. Because I don't want to do historical research into food any more than I have to.